Alright, guys, we are back. We're playing SanctuaryRPG. Um, now, you may be wondering, like, why this game has the world's weirdest resolution ever. You'll also note that our background image, as it is a gradient to black, looks kind of ridiculous. So what I'm gonna do is just go boop, and we're just gonna have a blank background, so that this game doesn't look any weirder than it already is, rather. So welcome to Sanctuary RPG. You'll notice that the entire game is in ASCII art, but don't let that. Oh God. Hold on, this is really loud. Alright, it's Sanctuary RPG Black Edition. I've played a lot of this game. Like 50 plus hours of this game. So that kind of goes against what we normally do at Broken Cowbell. But... oh, the bass kicked in there. Nice. You'll notice that my XP earned is in a scientific notation, so that's a pretty good indication of how much I've played this game. So let's get started. This is kind of a game that's based off of. I don't want to say it's based off of text adventures, but it's a little bit based off of text adventures, if that makes sense. I'm actually gonna turn up the game sound just a tiny bit, because this music is really nice. And we're gonna make a new druid. You are a druid and enjoy copious amounts of intelligence and vitality. Embracing your inner beast, you take pride in your survival skills. Your animal transformations are beastly. Lots of purring and growling. Other beastly things are potato mashing, communing, and large bears. Harnessing my inner beast. Okay, yeah. We don't need to view this. We are going to be a female druid. Just regular body type. Does anyone want to recommend a character name in chat? I'm just gonna chill for like 30 seconds. So if you want to name the character, type their name in chat, and I'll pick out a name that looks good. Do. No, nothing? No. Alright, well, whatever. How about we just name her Cowbell? Whatever. Go with some nice... let's scramble her appearance a bit. Something with... sure. Alright. Now this is actually important, so hold on. Oh God, this game has an unbelievable amount of options. Like, look at all of this. Just every single one of these is... this game gets really in depth. Let's go with Sonite. We're going to be playing a classic. That means that death is permanent. Yeah, let's watch the intro cinematic. We thought the book would be closed for good. We thought this day would never come. We were wrong. Many moons ago, there existed a mystical blade so large and so powerful that it would spell certain doom for the living if it was ever stolen. The matron, she wanted to find this majestic sword. After years and years of searching, only to come up dry, the sword's hiding place was revealed in the lost pages of the Eidolon. She managed to locate the sword and pry it from its hardened stone. Wielding its great power, the matron sought to destroy all life. Enter Cyrus the Magnificent. Look at his face. Yes, that is his actual name. His purpose? To banish the matron and protect the few who remained. After the Great War, he sealed her away in an icy crystal, and then his eyes opened a bit. But even a mighty wizard was no match for the darkness. Cyrus, no! With the crystal shattered, the matron was freed from her prison. Oh yeah, if you have problems with bright white icons on a black screen, might not want to be watching this right now. No one knows what became of Cyrus. Not a trace of him remains. Sorry. Some say Cyrus is going to come back for us. That I cannot believe. And I don't know how I ever could. Your name is Cowbell. You are a druid of sonite descent. You were a stillbirth, but brought back with magic. Your life is a lie. Raised by a dragon, you have a strange attraction to dragonflies. Your most recent regret is losing the game. I'm so sorry. One to enjoy the more abstract concepts, you enjoy eating donuts. Half an hour ago, you felt like having an adventure, and a booming voice is heard moaning in the background. Out of nowhere, you are startled by a burly woman who appears next to you. You lick your lips seductively and then punch yourself in the mouth. This is your story. You may be experiencing some discomfort. Here, take some of these items. They should prove useful in your travels. Head towards Gate 16 before it's too late. You received a heavy crate of gold pieces. It's actually a pretty good weapon. Normally you get, like, weird shitty weapons. Anyway. Alright, so normally this is where the game would throw a tutorial at you, but I've turned the tutorial off and foolishly forgot to turn it back on for the purposes of this. The combat system in this game is very in-depth and complex, as you could tell by the multitude of commands that we already have at our disposal. And these commands are going to get more and more ridiculous as we level up. And we're going to get more options and more crazy things that we can do to become overpowered as fuck and win the game. But in the meantime, all we have to do is combo our attacks. So we have attacks 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we have 3 starters. Number 4 is actually a heal. So at the top of the screen, the top half of the top screen, if that makes sense, is taken up by the blue slime's health. So their health bar is in green, and our health bar is the green bar below that bar. Our MP bar is the number, and we don't have a rage bar yet, but we will eventually. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to use a starter attack, and then we can either reposition, which has a variety of consequences that I don't that would take like an hour to explain. Or we can do a linker attack, and then a finisher. So what combat in this game is going to look like is something like this. So, yes, it is going to be very fast-paced, despite the fact that it's a turn-based game. Also, we killed it. Listen closely. It's me, Solid Snake. My name is Diane. Take the grassy road to the north. The matron must be stopped at all costs. Good luck, cowbell. Metal Gear. Item drop. Whoa! It's a pretty average staff. Level up. Now, I have a specific strategy that I use with the druid in this game. So, what that strategy is to put all of our points into vitality and max HP. And you'll see why once we get to a certain point in the game. Because we have a little thing unless they've patched it out. We have a little ability that lets us freeze enemies indefinitely. So that's gonna be fun. Since we're using a wand right now, let's do that. So yeah, that's what combat was gonna be like. That was a combat. that was a combat. Wonderful. Hey there, welcome to West Haven. The name's Blacksmith. Be careful of the terminal. It's guarding that gate leading to our camp. Ah, we unlocked Ultimate and Feral Ultimate. Oh my god, I can't do that on stream. I'm so sorry. That is habit. That is habit from 50 hours of gameplay. I'm sorry. I'll stop. I'll stop. Oh god. So a lot of stuff happened there. A lot of stuff. Like, he was blocking and I repositioned. He was charging, so I repositioned. I got wounded, so I had to heal. This game is extremely complicated. Most combats, however, are going to turn into me mashing buttons. Every time I close my eyes, all I can see is that evil matron. Oh god. We're bleeding, but it doesn't matter. It's a boss. We can't fight that boss right now. We can't do that. There's going to be a lot of grinding in this game, but it's going to go pretty fast. As you can see, we're gaining levels pretty quickly. No, let's not do that. Once we unlock more of the game mechanics, I might go more in depth on them. Oh fuck. There we go. That was a hard fight. Oh, we got riposte. Oh boy. So, riposte is our strongest attack, but it is not our strongest attack right now. Riposte is going to be what allows us to infinitely stunlock enemies, and in fact will allow us to infinitely stunlock almost all enemies, with the exception of the final boss, because it is immune to all status effects, and enemies that specifically have the modifier that makes them immune to all status effects. So once we get far enough in the game to unlock the ability to freeze enemies with our riposte, we have won. We have won, except for the final boss. And right before the final boss, I'm just going to grind like crazy, because I have not beaten this game ever. Ever. But I've made it to the final boss, like, twice, and it's really frustrating. So we're just gonna grind here a bit. Sorry if you can hear the keyboard. I'm very loud on keyboards, I'm so sorry. Item drop. Oh yeah, seizure warning for this game. Seizure warning for all the games we play on stream. We don't generally play enough of the games on stream to know that there's going to be problems, but seizure warning for this game. There's a lot of bright flashing stuff. Also, don't watch this stream, specifically the Sacred RPG stream, if your eyes are, like, really sensitive to bright stuff, because it's bright colors and white on a black background. All the time, for the entire game. No, it does not stop. The music is nice, though. Let's go talk to the blacksmith. The blacksmith is really important, because the blacksmith allows us to buy new equipment. Unfortunately, we don't really have enough gold to buy any of his halfway decent gear, so we're not going to do much of anything except activate his mission, which is 2 silver keys, so we'll be able to do that pretty quick. And then each of the NPCs we find also have a quest for us to do. For the blacksmith, we have to find a babashka, or a baboshka. I don't know what a babushka is, but we're going to find one regardless. So you can also see that we have 2 options for where to go right now. We have the West Haven Fields. That number on the right is the level range for that area, and we are currently level 5. So we're going to move on to gate 17 and beat that boss. But first we're also going to go check out the campground. So right now there's nothing actually here. We have 3 options to dig holes. That's unfortunate. We didn't find any wood in those holes we dug. We're gonna mine some iron, and if I had gotten some wood, we could have built an epic crafting table, but I didn't, so we won't. There's also a wardrobe, in which there are no outfits. Augments, which we have none. We can talk to Joanna. Mind if I set up camp here? Let's go grab some potatoes out back. Alright, bye Joanna. And we can sleep. For a variable amount of time. So more and more stuff in our little camp is going to get filled in as we continue the game. So look forward to that. But for now, we're going to go fight the very first boss. The terminal awaits you. Beep boop, beep boop. I will terminate you. It's the terminal. This boss is a lock-on meter. And what that means is that he'll attempt to lock onto us, but please press the NE key to die. Yeah, so we have Riposte, and we have our ultimate Ravenstorm now, so you'll also notice that the boss is shrouded. That means something. Hold on. Well, whatever. Oh, right. It's shrouded, so we can't see its lock-on bar, I think? I don't know. This is an easy boss, so I'm just gonna go to town on it. Only 1 instances of Master Race detected. Lock-on speed upgraded! My internal circuits are on fire. Woe is me. Daisy. Daisy. You sift through the wreckage of the terminal, examining microchips and circuit boards. What is this? Where did this machine come from? Not having enough answers, you bring the machine back to the blacksmith. This robot was built in the city of Caldora. Really? How did you know that? The blacksmith throws you a broken memory chip. Made in Caldora by T. Machinist Industries is etched on the back. I've heard rumors about him. Some say he's brilliant. Others say he's in league with the matron. You have to find this machinist? I don't know. If you want more answers. But Caldora's a long ways off from here. Say it's filled with robots. If you want to go there, you'd better get started now. During the night, the pieces of the terminal reassemble themselves and sneak out the blacksmith's front door. You haven't seen the last of me. As you prepare for the journey ahead, you come across a disheveled, wide-eyed local. Help us, help! You stop to listen, wondering what's wrong. Some crazy man is killing people, harvesting them for organs. He feeds the scraps to some creature living in our town's monastery. That doesn't seem like a particularly plausible story. You inquire further. The crazy man calls himself a doctor. He showed up a few weeks ago and drove out the Brotherhood monks in the great monastery. He and his bandit henchmen have been cutting people up and selling their organs, then feeding their remains to a creature chained up in the monastery basement. You nod solemnly, wondering whether you should help these people. The path to the monastery involves a lengthy detour, and you can't afford any distractions. The Brotherhood had a lot of valuables stashed in the monastery. The monks didn't take any of it when they ran. If you rid us of the doctor, everything's yours. Caldora can wait. Great job smashing up that terminal. I was worried for a second there. Oh, bubbling boogaloons! Bandits are incoming! Ready your weapons! You got a soul shard. We don't have a use for soul shards yet, but don't worry. We'll get one. It's vaguely useful. Level up. Get ready to hear a lot of me slamming my keyboard during this game. Because for reference, every time I input a command, I have to type in the letter it corresponds to and then hit enter. So that's why, because every time I do something, it's a double key tap. Also, we've unlocked the rest of the stuff in the city now. So we have the market, where we can just buy stuff, like silver keys. And the prices vary wildly, and Cynthia here likes cherubies. We have the temple, where we can look in the mirror and decide what alignment we are right now. And apparently we're in a neutral frigid mood today, so I guess that's good. I mean, I really don't know. We can pray. You can pray. It doesn't really do anything. I don't know. We could talk to the guy, but I don't really want to do that right now. And we can also change the monster power level. So that'll be useful at the very end of the game when we're power grinding, but at the moment we don't have a use for it. There's also the library, which is extremely useful because it essentially just cuts down on grinding. Because every time you read one of these books, you have a chance of gaining some XP, and the XP scales with your level. So you can also bind books, which simply restock some of the books. So the more rawhide we have, the more levels we can rack up. And we're probably gonna get one right now. Blacksmith. Ooh, a mace. We want this. We want this. Maces are good. Da-da-da-da-da. Yes, please. Alright, nice. There's also the campground where we are. Tavern, there we go. Can't do anything in the tavern right now, but in a little bit we're gonna get a quest that will put the tavern under our control, so we'll be able to sell drinks here later. And of course, there's also bounties at the tavern, because it's a tavern, and why not? And there's the Colosseum. Colosseum has some really nice stuff, such as the Keystone Portals. Keystone Portals are really nice because they're basically random dungeons, and we can fight dudes. Just keep fighting dudes over and over. These guys are really weak. Oh, armor. Hey, we probably, should have that equipped. Oh boy. Oh. Fun fact. The final boss of the game infinitely blinds you, so you literally can't see any of your commands. Doesn't that sound fun? I had to take that slow. Oh, we got a wardrobe. Nice. Nice. Adornment shard. Yay. So those are really important because that's how we get the wardrobes. So real quick. Oh, it's the bear garb. Alright, that's not very useful to this character build, but whatever. An XP orb. Oh. Oh. Okay. This isn't actually that good, but whatever, it's fine. Well, yeah, let's get a shield. Let's get a shield. No. No, we're good. We're fine. I really need to stop doing that. That's a bad habit. It's a really annoying noise. Sorry. Oh, God. Yeah, we're just level 9. No, no exploration. Explorations are bad. Whoa. That was weird. That was tough. A babushka! Oh yeah, if you're interested in picking up this game, it's on Steam. So just Google SanctuaryRPG, or rather, like Steam search SanctuaryRPG. This one is called Black Edition, but I don't think it has any other version. So just buy SanctuaryRPG. It's a really fun experience, and it has like a bajillion hours of gameplay for you and your friends and family. We're gonna be wrapping this up in the next 20 minutes, so... Oh, here we go. I'm gonna keep this short. My boss wants Lissa dead. Lissa's the person who runs the tavern. Just saying that. Take the syringe into the tavern and dispose of her. I always warn Lissa because we get an item from her immediately. Spew nonsense. I love this. You began rambling about robots, dragons, and tall, hairy creatures. Much to your surprise, Lissa continually nods her head in agreement. Finally, after many hours of word games and double entendres, you decide to tell Lissa the truth. They're after me? You shrug, being unable to tell her anything else. I have to get out of here! Lissa runs out of the tavern, screaming. She's left behind a trinket. You assume control of the tavern, not wanting to keep the patrons waiting. Item. So now we're in charge of the tavern. So we have the tavern menu here. This is going to be our main source of money in the game because we can buy a beer for 26 gold and we can sell a beer for 208 gold. I'm just gonna boost this up to like 20 beers. There we go. Sorry if it looks like... Sorry if the screen flashes. It's a bit of a bug, but whatever. We have gift boxes too. If it seems like I'm taking this at a pretty breakneck pace, that's because I am. Oh, also, selling people drinks gives you levels. For some reason. We just don't know why. Barrier. Damn it, sorry. Yeah, so if it seems like I'm taking this at a pretty breakneck pace, that's because I've played this game for like 50 hours, and to be perfectly honest, you could play this game at whatever pace you want to. That's one of its many strengths, is that if you're the type who really likes turn-based, like, slow, methodical combat, you can play it as a game with really slow, methodical combat and, you know, plan out every single move. If you're the kind of person who likes to just kind of go in and, like, beat the shit out of enemies and, like, really quickly, this is also the game for you, because it literally, you could just go through combat as fast as you can hit the buttons if you so wish. So, also I'm skipping most of the in-game tutorials. In fact, I'm skipping all of the in-game tutorials. So if you do play this game on your own, don't worry or think that this game looks ridiculous and confusing, because the game actually does a pretty good job of explaining itself. And anything it doesn't explain generally is just kind of on screen for you to check at any time. So if you do want to purchase this game, don't worry. I am taking this at my own breakneck pace. Don't feel like you have to keep up with me in any respect. Anyway, let's go to the row camp and beat the shit out of some vampire guys. Woo. Alright. So now what we're going to do is we're going to start putting points into strength. And that's really important. Also, we're going to sell some more drinks. A palladium ore. Nice. A syringe can be found lying on the ground. Inject myself! Damn it. Damn it. Oh well. It's not a huge problem. Temple. Sacrifice this potato. After hacking your way through the rogue camp, you spot a man in a blood-stained white coat. You quickly realize that this is the doctor. You charge him, weapon raised in the air. He flees, running to an old side door of the town's monastery. The doctor desperately struggles to open the gate, but it seems to be rusted shut from years of disuse. He gives up trying to pry the gate open, quickly turning around. He draws a knife from his coat, lunging for your jugular. Decimation meter! Ah. That was close. You almost got me there, buddy. There we go. Wait, we can make a deal, right? How about I give you 50% of my profits? Fine, 75%. How about not wanting to hear the rest? You stab the doctor in the face. You pry the rusted gate open and enter the monastery. Buried beneath the sands are lost souls of a time long past. Listen to their echoes, and may they grant you great power. Hardy, obviously. Improve your skills in the Coliseum. Rank 2 required. Really? I don't want to. This is the only time the game does this, too. It's kind of weird. And done. Anywho. Clear the monastery, okay. The reason I'm taking this so fast is because I'm hoping that we can... Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, he's a nimble guy. That's why. I hate these guys. That was... Nimble enemies can dodge your strongest attack. The problem is that they always dodge your strongest attack, which is like, Oh. Crafting table! Welcome to the crafting menu. Crafting can get pretty crazy in this game, much like the rest of this game. But for now, we're just going to, like, don't worry about this. Just... Ah, we were so close. Hold on. There we go. That's what's supposed to happen. And then you get a bunch of stuff. I'm good. Alright, there we go. So yeah. Time to fight some more guides in a monastery. Damn it. Stop trampling me, asshole. Don't worry. After the very next boss, we will be almost completely invincible. Oh, there we go. Jesus Christ, I thought I was gonna die for a second there. Alright, we need to be a little bit more careful now. Alright, Jesus Christ. We were about 2 turns away from dying. So, there's a reason that we're going for an extremely overpowered strategy in this run. Mostly just because the combat, you can die extremely quickly if you're not paying attention. And we haven't quite hit the point where we're completely overpowered yet. So, just give us one more boss fight. After fighting your way through the monastery, you kick in the basement door. You nearly vomit as a stench of decomposing flesh assaults your nostrils. A large, semi-humanoid creature with the head of a bovine suddenly jolts up, puts down the human leg he's been snacking on, and looks up at you with a cold, vacant stare. Fresh meat. The Reaper snorts and readies his enormous beast of them all. You stand your ground and prepare for battle. God damn. Father, I failed you. The Reaper's head slides off and falls to the ground with a wet squish. Ew. You look around the room. There are hundreds of corpses strewn around what used to be the monastery's wine cellar, amidst rows and rows of wooden casks. The lid on one of the casks catches your eye. It's tilted ajar, strangely, so you pry it open. There's some sort of hidden passage inside. You're unsure of what's in store for you, but you keep going forward. You are weak, but I will empower you with the strength of 1,000 suns. Just know that you must repay your debts. All of them. Now, we break the game. Take a look at Ravager real quick. So Ravager, 20% chance to bleed enemy on a crit. Alright. 33% chance to freeze and bleed on a mark. Now, this description of what Ravager does is wrong. It is wrong. It's not a 30% chance to freeze and bleed on a mark. It's a 33% chance to freeze and bleed on a riposte. Now, you might not think that this breaks the game, but I'm going to show you just exactly how overpowered this ability is in the right contexts. Also, we got chrono capture and time retrieval, but I've literally never used them, so I have no idea what they are. Let's go to the underground path real quick. So first we riposte, then we riposte again, and then again, and oh, he's frozen. Well, okay, that doesn't really mean much, but oh, okay. 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 Alright, guys. Alright. So, what the game doesn't display here is that every time you freeze an enemy, they are stuck for another turn. So by spamming riposte, we can infinitely freeze an enemy, or at least freeze them for the entire combat. And now that they're frozen, all I have to do is just hit buttons. And they're dead. Welcome to Sanctuary RPG, everybody. So at this point, I think I'm gonna stop the stream because we've gotten to a pretty big milestone in this game. And, well, I do enjoy sitting here and playing this game for hours and hours and hours. I have a lot of stuff to do to get prepared for my trip during spring break. So, just a quick reminder. Actually, hold on. So, just a quick reminder. Oops, hold on. Alright, there we go. Just a quick reminder is that, tomorrow night, there's not going to be a stream, and next week, there probably aren't going to be any streams. Now, next week is a little bit of an outlier, because, yes, we're probably not going to have any streams, but on the off chance that I do have the ability to stream, there's going to be a ton of streams. Does that make sense? So, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff over the, or rather, I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff over the break. So there's that. And unfortunately, tomorrow night, there's absolutely not going to be able to be a stream because I will have been traveling all day. And it's just kind of a pain in the ass to, like, finally, you know, finally settle down, go back to my parents' house for like a week, and then immediately have to go stream, right? So we're not going to have a stream tomorrow night. That's why I've been streaming so much this week, is to kind of make up for the fact that there might not be any streams next week. So, as usual, if you missed any of today's stream, I will be uploading it to YouTube. So go and check out our YouTube channel. It's down below the stream. And also, if you like what you saw here, why don't you give us a follow on Twitch? Because honestly, that's really all that we use to keep track of our worth in the world right now. So it would be super nice. Also, if there is anybody watching, and if you as a person do want to make the stream better, for instance, you might notice that we don't have a webcam, but bing. Once we hit $50 in donations, we will be purchasing one. So basically, I'm going to just do a quick plug right at the end of the stream here. So if you donate to the stream, it helps us out a whole super... it helps us out so much to donate, because the stream is absolutely not free. We have to pay for bills, we have to pay for food, we have to pay for the equipment. So every donation really counts. If 50 people donated $1, we get a webcam. Hell, if one person donates $1, we have the ability to buy 2 shitty 50-cent games on Steam. And really, that's what donations do for us. Also, if you do want to make the stream better, but you don't think that donating to us directly is a good idea, you can go ahead and send me Steam games at my Steam account, Marrow. That's Marrow, Marrow. And that's a fantastic way for you guys to donate to the stream as well. So donations will be used in an emergency to pay for our food and bills, but mostly they will be going to stream equipment. And that's all I really have to say about that. I honestly don't like doing that, but we kind of have to. It's just it's the nature of it. It's the nature of things. So I'm going to be stopping the stream now because it's almost 5:30. So every single one of you have a fantastic night, and I will see you next time. Hopefully next week, but maybe not. So I will see you guys then. Bye-bye.